team as they bested the Cardinals 7-6. As always, thanks for tuning in. That's all we've got this morning. Enjoy the games later today, and we'll see you tomorrow.
DraftKings is now live. Streaming MLB The Show 23, NCAA Baseball 23 Syracuse franchise mode.
Baseball from the Lone Star State. The Show brings you game one of a huge four-game weekend set. It's Syracuse taking on Texas. Alongside Chris Singleton, I'm John Shambi. Chris, one guy having a big year for this club, leading the team in home runs and runs batted in, Hank Aaron. Always exciting to see him in action, and it seems like he consistently finds a way to impact the game.
Yeah, Boog, it's offensively at the plate, defensively when he's on the bases. I mean, this guy's just a heads-up player, but he's got so much talent, and he makes the most of that. I believe it starts with his preparation because you never see him give away an at-bat.
First pitch coming your way next. All right, just about set to go, and towing the slab in this one, Taijuan Walker.
Very dominant his last time out, picked up the win, only allowed one run. These guys would love to see him back on his game in this one.
Digging in, Paul Molitor.
The third baseman, Paul Molitor.
And here it comes. That misses, and this four-game set is underway. That's off the mark. 2 balls, no strikes.
2 balls, no strikes.
And that one is lifted in the air. Verdugo ranging after it. And there's one away. All right, let's take a look at the lineup. All right, Singy, how about all the talent in this lineup?
Well, there's a lot of young talent in this lineup. I think as they gel together, gain some maturity over the course of this season, they could be playing October baseball.
Here's Nico Horner. Here's a guy who's been struggling so far this year. It's only late April, but still hoping he'll turn it around soon. That one's in there, 0-1. Singy, Taijuan Walker originally drafted in the first round by the Mariners back in 2010, and a guy who's put together a very solid career. He was an all-star with the Mets in 2021. One down, base is empty.
Ball.
Fouled off the plate. They'll do it again. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. Next offering way off the plate.
Well, showed a lot of promise early on, but dealt with some injuries there and a lack of consistency. But over the last couple of seasons has really found it. Like the way that he commands that two-seam fastball. You don't see a whole lot of guys using that pitch as much as they used to, but he's got a good thing working with it.
And a foul ball, he stays alive. 8th pitch of the at-bat coming up. Next offering misses, and now it's 3-2. Swing and a miss, struck him out. That's out number 2.
Well, getting a good look at the pitcher here in the first inning isn't a bad thing. I know he struck out, but you can live with that as long as the other hitters in this lineup can learn something from it.
Now here is Hank Aaron. There's a strike. One big swing of the bat from becoming Major League Baseball's all-time home run king. Here comes a pitch. And now it's even up.
1-1.
the wind of the pitch. Not even close there. And it's 2-2. Swing and a miss, struck him out. We'll go to the bottom of the first, 0-0. Welcome back. And on the hill in this one, Satchel Paige.
Last time out, it just seemed like he wasn't trusting his stuff. He fell behind in the count, walked a number of guys. Today, he's got to pitch aggressively, and he's got to pitch inside.
Bottom of the first. Here's a speed threat, Ken Griffey Sr. Chris, his skill set straight out of the mid-80s. Good contact, not much power, and he can run. He always uses the wheels to his advantage.
His biggest challenge in this day and age is to not get caught up in trying to hit home runs because so many people are.
Aaron gets under it, and there's one down. Okay, let's check out the lineup. They're dealing with a top-level arm on the mound, so this figures to be a tough matchup for him. What's the key to the offense today, Singy?
Oh, Boog, I think when you got a guy that's this talented on the mound, you got to find ways to disrupt his rhythm, make him uncomfortable a little bit. The guys that can handle the bat and perhaps, bunt for a base hit, get him moving off the mound. If you're in the box and he seems to be just in a flow, step out, mess up his timing, somehow try to get in his head a little bit. And then when he does come in the zone, you may only get one pitch. You better not miss it.
And first offering is fouled off. Satchel into his motion. The long windup. Turns on the rubber. Kicks and fires. Bunting for a hit. Grabs it barehanded. Throw to first. And they get the out. Well, he gave the bunt a shot there, but not able to execute.
Yeah, I think he rushed it a little bit. And when guys rush, it can be a pop-up or it can be bunted right back at a position player.
Here's the third baseman, Chipper Jones. This guy has turned into a beast. First offering misses the mark. And Singy, as a team, you need to make the most of the very few opportunities he's going to give you, right?
Absolutely. And if you don't get to guys like this a lot of times early, once they really settle in, it's going to be the later innings that they hand that ball over to a reliever if they do at all.
The next pitch misses, and that's ball 2. Satchel comes to the plate. And another ball.
3 balls, no strikes.
And it goes just foul. And he walked him.
Ball 4.
His ability to draw walks has been something that's been part of his career since day one.
Andrew McCutcheon getting ready to hit. And the first pitch misses for ball 1. Jones, the runner at first with 2 gone. And it's 1-1.
Out there on the mound, he's setting the tone early with the fastball. 98 miles per hour up on the scoreboard.
Satchel checks on the runner, and he's back in on a dive. Next offering is in for a strike.
If he doesn't get a knock right here, that pitch he just took is going to eat at him for a while. You might not see another pitch like that from a top-level guy like this.
Satchel kicks and delivers. In the air, right field. Aaron gets under it, and that'll do it. Scoreless after one. New inning getting started, and now Edgar Martinez. This guy is an elite level hitter, especially considering contact, just the ability to hit for average. What you really like, though, stays in against those righties, and that's not so easy as a right-handed batter. Ball one, no strikes.
There's some players, for whatever reasons, they seem to just face a slew of right-handed pitchers, and their comfort level increased so much that they'd actually prefer to face that same side thrower in a tough situation.
And he pumps it a strike. Yeah, most guys struggle against the same side, whether it's left on left or right on right, and this guy's an exception. And a pitch. On the ground to the left. On to O'Neill. One up, one down.
That is it. The center fielder, Johnny Damon.
So up next, Johnny Damon. Pitch misses there, and that's ball one. No score here in the second. In the air, out towards right center. McCutchen drifts towards it. Hauls it in for the out.
Batting fifth, the shortstop.
So two down now, and here is Derek Jeter. This guy is one of the best athletes in the sport. Taijuan Walker, a sneakerhead, saying he's got over 1,000 pairs of sneakers.
Are we serious with over 1,000 pairs of sneakers? He's like you. How many do you have?
Not 1,000. Line drive, makes the catch, inning over. We'll go to the bottom of the second. No score.
There's a strange wind blowing. It's coming back.
And welcome back. Here's the shortstop at the plate, Corey Seager. Singing, you can't ask for anything more. This guy checks all the boxes offensively.
He's the ultimate professional, and it doesn't just start at game time. It starts in the afternoon, the way he prepares and gets ready for the ball game. I tell you what, his teammates feed off of the leadership that he shows on and off the field.
First pitch doesn't find the zone. And that one off the outside edge. Dave Lawrence assigned to work home plate in this one.
Good umpire, Boog. Very fair, very consistent. Now, I did hear some feedback that he opens up the outside corner a little bit on left-handed hitters, which, you know, for me, I'd be kind of salty. So maybe something to keep an eye on and see if that factors into this one at all.
Page winds and fires.
Man, that pitch was dotted. So much talent on display when this guy's out there on the hill.
2-2. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. The 2-2 now. Swing and a line drive, base hit out into center field. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
Seems like he got exactly what he was looking for right there. That's about as textbook as it gets. Got his stride and load out of the way early. He stayed inside that ball and squared it up out front. Man, that was like he was in the cage hitting off a tee.
Now it's Matt Carpenter. In there, and it's 0-1. And there's a ball. Nobody out. Runner at first. So now 1-2. And the right-hander deals. Struck him out looking. Here's Alex Verdugo. 1 for 4 with a double in yesterday's game. And there's a strike. Verdugo, a former second-round pick by the Dodgers back in 2014. And Chris, I think one of the things that people always focus on with him, he was the centerpiece to that Mookie Betts trade between the Dodgers and the Red Sox. Here comes the 0-1. Swings through that one for strike 2.
Yeah, and many people would say that's a ton of pressure to go into a place like Boston with those shoes to fill. And you know what? He went in there saying he was going to be himself and put up some pretty good numbers.
Schwarber in pursuit. Tracks it down for the out. 2 away.
Batting it, the second baseman,
Now it's the second baseman, Ian Kinsler. And the first pitch misses for ball 1.
Ball 1, no strike.
Good eye right there.
Boog, he never moved because he never had time to. But that kind of velocity, you'd prefer that pitcher work away.
And the righty deals. And that's in for a strike. That one fouled off. 2-2. Seager off of first with 2 away. Got him. Third out. We'll move to the third with no score. All set for the start of the inning. Kyle Schwarber comes up to hit here. Schwarber in his 8th season, 30 years old now, and he was selected to the All-Star game last year. And the 1-0. And that's downstairs and outside.
2 balls, no strike.
Next pitch misses inside, and that's ball 3. Let's see if he gives him anything to hit here. It's a leadoff walk, and that's the go-ahead run.
Well, he tried to nibble right there and just missed his spot. Hitter didn't offer at it. Now he has somebody to worry about over at first.
Here's Ryan Mountcastle. That misses the zone, and that's ball 1. Just missed.
You don't want to get beat by a fastball in, and he spits on that one.
Now 3-0. William Contreras waits on deck. Three-0 down.
Clearly taking all the way there in that 3-0 count. It was a cookie right down the middle.
kicks and fires. And it's filled up.
Good approach right there. You want to get something just a little higher that you can elevate. Stay out of that double play.
Swung on, belted. That's back there. And that ball is gone. Ryan Mountcastle hits one out. And they jump out front. It's 2-0.
So many times a sinker inside is a foul ball off the ankle for the batter. But that time he did a really nice job of staying inside the pitch and getting through it.
And now it's William Contreras, one of the stars in the win yesterday, as he had 3 hits. And first offering is fouled off.
Can be tough to bounce back after a big home run, but nobody on, nobody out. You just have to treat it as a fresh inning.
And the pitch. And that one fouled off. He swings and hits a fly ball center field. McCutchen settles under this one. He makes the grab, and there's one down.
Now batting, third baseman.
So the batting order turns over. Now Paul Molitor. Singy, he's a guy that covers both sides of the plate about as well as anyone in the sport. How difficult is that to do?
Well, just look at the back of my bubblegum card. You'll see how hard it is. These guys are great, man. They have the ability to look out there, but also to be able to turn on the inside pitch. Those that can really sharpen things on the outer half, those are the ones that become elite.
And he drops it down the third baseline. Barehand scoop, and very nicely done for the out.
He was out early today working on that very play.
Second baseman, Nico Horner.
Here's the second baseman, Nico Horner. He struck out swinging at his first at bat. Now a bullet to second base, but he's got it to end the inning. But 2 come across to score in the inning, courtesy of this 2-run homer. It's now a 2-0 ball game. You're watching Major League Baseball on The Show. Back here at the ballpark, and here's the catcher, Eric Haas.
The catcher.
Well, after putting up a nice inning on offense, got some runs across, this is where you look for the starter to go out there, have a shutdown inning. Don't give that other team any hope. You just hope that he can get through this inning, get the bats back up there while they're hot.
Oh, 1 down.
Ball, that pitch is out.
Well, the offense has gotten going, and a pitcher wants to go out there, have a real quick inning, get those guys back into the dugout so those bats can stay hot.
The pitch. And a big swing and a miss.
2 strikes.
Haas checks his swing. Now an appeal to first. And he held back, according to Ricky Halladay. 2-2 on the way. Just misses with that one.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
And that's ball 4.
Pitch is down.
What a battle. It's not always easy laying off a 3-2 pitch, and I tell you what, he earned that ball.
So the lineup flips over. Now it's the right fielder, Ken Griffey Sr. 0 for 1 with a flyout. First pitch just misses. Griffey, a former All-Star, hitting leadoff in today's game, and he's been on a good run at the plate, hitting over 300 in his last 10 games. And now 2-0.
When you get ahead in the count, there's no doubt that the success rate goes up, and that's what he's been doing. It's made a big impact for him in recent games.
Good hitters count the 2-0. Swing and a high fly ball down the left field line, but hooking foul. Haas on at first, nobody out. And it's even up. And a pitch. In the air, out towards left center. Jeter brings it in with a nice running grab.
That's a really nice play, ranging back into the outfield for that catch. We all know those can be a little tricky, especially if the wind's swirling around out there.
Buck O'Neil digging in now. 0 for 1 so far. It's interesting, he plays kind of a power spot defensively, but runs pretty well. So when you're looking at that position, you're not expecting someone that has maybe above average speed, but he does. That to right. Aaron gets under it. And there's 2 away. Here's a big power threat. Chipper Jones. He reached out to walk his first time. This is a true 5-tool guy. Not very many of them out there, but when he's on the field, you can't take your eye off of him. And he takes a strike.
Fans come to the ballpark to watch him play. And in baseball, to have such a talented player going out there every day and putting on the show that he does, just a joy to watch.
Next pitch just misses. Ball 1. Hits for average power, the ability to field, the arm, and then the speed. Really impressive. One, 2 now. And that's a strikeout looking. A controversial called strike 3 to end the inning. Welcome back. Start of the 4th. Now it's the power speed combo. Hank Aaron.
Everyone knows what's at stake right here. A home run, and he's got the record. Come on, let's see some history.
And the pitch. Good eye right there. Fouled off. He was late. And, of course, when it comes to Hank Aaron, he's one of the greatest sluggers of all time. 755 career homers, a record that stood for a long time. Edge of the zone, called a strike. And the count is 1-2.
Almost goes without saying that Mr. Aaron set the standard for power hitters in the sport for years. I mean, just an incredible 23-year career.
The pitch. Fouls that off to the left, and will do it again. And it's not all about the home runs. It's RBIs, total bases. Hank did everything you'd want in the middle of the order guy. Goes down looking.
Well, just excellent location on that inside fastball. Really locked him up. And as a hitter, it's not typically what you're looking for. You're trying to protect away and then in, so you can be a little bit tardy with 2 strikes. Hard to tell if he was fooled or if he thought it would be called a ball, but either way, that's a really nice pitch.
And now, Edgar Martinez. Fought off foul. The 0-1. Now 1-1. One more interesting thing about the hammer. If you subtracted all of his 755 homers, he'd still have 3,000 hits in there. And so now 1-2. Here's a 1-2. That misses off the outside edge.
Well, he's not afraid to fall into a 2-strike count. Knows the strike zone very well, so much so that I think umpires will look at him and determine whether it's a ball or strike, if he swings or not.
Over to first. 2 up, 2 down.
Now back, the center fielder, Johnny Damon.
2 outs, base is empty. And now the center fielder, Johnny Damon. Flied out his first time. And he swings and misses at the initial offering.
He's pitching well, but not throwing a ton of first pitch strikes. Usually doesn't work out for success, but you can never predict baseball.
No ball, 2 strikes.
Left-hand hitter waits. Swing and a ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit.
The batter, number 2. Shortstop.
Next to hit, Derek Jeter. That one finds the corner. That's strike 1. Pickoff move to first. Damon back easily. Oh, and 1 now. There's a strike.
Perhaps not quite ready to hit. First 2 pitches by him for a couple of strikes. Now back is against the wall. He's going to have to figure something out and figure it out quickly.
And the 0-2. Outside.
2 strikes.
He goes down looking.
I got my blessing to get the blessing for the brethren. The brethren. I got my blessing.
And welcome back. John Ncaa and Chris Singleton with you. And leading off the bottom of the 4th, Andrew McCutcheon. Page back to work. And that one just misses. A ball and no strikes. The wind and the pitch.
Ball 2.
That one missed. Now 3-0.
Now in this 3-ball count, down in the ball game, you've got to be very selective. Take your walk if they'll give it to you.
Next pitch in for a strike. 3-1. Righty delivers. Back up the, oh, that got him. Comebacker to the mound. Definitely some concern here. That ball came back and got him right on the pitching arm. As you can see him trying to shake it off.
And if nothing else, you worry about him getting some dead arm and losing some feeling. But from what I can tell, I think they're going to let him continue. And that's a really good sign.
And here's Corey Seager to hit. Picked up a base hit to center his first time up. In for a strike. 0-1.
He's pitching well, but not throwing a ton of first pitch strikes. Usually doesn't work out for success, but you can never predict baseball.
That one fouled off. The 0-2 pitch from Satchel.
That's a ball.
That one ripped. And Seager is set down. And there are 2 outs.
Man, that's one of those at-bats where you have to remind yourself it's about the process. He did everything right there. Nothing to show for it. But in your mind, you have to convince yourself that it was a very good at-bat.
Carpenter in the box here lets that one go for a ball. Next offering is in for a strike. The 1-1 is fouled off. And a ball and 2 strikes.
2-2 to count.
Swing and a miss, and he got him. Inning over. Ready now for the 5th inning. Now the left fielder, Kyle Schwarber.
Kyle Schwarber.
The pitch. What a year 2022 was for Kyle Schwarber. He won the Silver Slugger, led the National League with 46 home runs. The only guy in the majors that hit more home runs than him singing was Aaron Judge. That misses. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Yeah, and that mechanics adjustment that he made in 2021 with the Nationals, as we saw it start to pay off then, really took flight in 2022 with the Phillies. And every time he swung the bat, it seemed like there was going to be good contact in the strike zone. One of those bats that just seems like it's in the zone for a long time.
And that one fouled off. Kicks and deals. Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout. Ryan Mountcastle will hit next. He's already homered in this one. Chris, one of the other things to consider in terms of his adjustments with the Nationals, his hitting coach in Washington was Kevin Long. Well, Kevin Long ended up being the Phillies hitting coach in 2022. Right-hander kicks, deals. This one popped up. Foul ground, first base side. Haas makes the grab. 2 down.
The catcher, number 28,
William Contreras digs in now. Flied out to center in his first at bat. Ground ball to the right side and foul ball. The 0-1. Ball one there.
The only adjustment he needs to make is his target. If you aim at the outside corner, that slider's going to end up way off the plate. Perhaps look a little more down the middle, and you get it right where you want it.
Two down, nobody on. And now 2-2.
2 strikes.
Got it by him for the K.
Hotline blinging, hotline ringing. Why they keep calling me? I don't judge, but you fake case closed, and I ain't got a law degree. I can't understand why they all on me. I'm crazy, don't get involved with me. I drop the top and feel this autumn breeze. You need gas too, we can't be all on E. Oh, I get it.
Bottom of the inning. Here's the left fielder, Alex Verdugo.
Well, these fans definitely want to get involved in the game. All it's going to take is to get the leadoff man or even a base runner on.
The pitch. Just missed.
You know, this group of hitters showing great discipline at the plate, and patience definitely seems to be the name of their game in this one. Starter's leash has to be getting tighter with his pitch count where it is, but so far he's been really effective in this one.
Next offering in the dirt, and a count 2-1.
You know, sometimes it just takes getting to the bullpen in order to be able to score runs, and that might be the case today.
Swing and a miss. 2 balls, 2 strikes. This one in the air, right field. Aaron gets under it. Drops into the glove, and there's one down.
The batter, number 5.
So digging in, Ian Kinsler. He was a strikeout victim his first time. And that's in there for strike 1.
He's gotten into a really good rhythm, set down 7 in a row. He just wants to get the baseball and deliver it as quickly as possible. Keep the momentum going.
And he deals. Rocketed out towards right center. Jumps, but it's off his glove.
Only 2 hits allowed so far tonight, Boog, so I don't think that one will disrupt his momentum all that much. You know, he's really been on top of his game, commanding his pitches all night long.
1 down. Eric Haas, the next to hit. And that one missing low. Satchel with a pickoff to first, and he dives back in safely. Next pitch is inside, ball 2.
Last 2 pitches have been down in the zone. Pitcher clearly trying to get that ground ball double play, but in this count, he's going to have to give in, elevate his pitches, and get back into this at bat.
2-0 to count. Here it comes. The throw, tag, and he's out.
That goes to show you stealing a base is a tough thing to do and far from a sure thing, even with big-time speed. It's not easy to catch him, but that was a great catch and throw, quick, not rushed, and accurate.
The wind of the pitch.
Back-to-back fastballs in. That last one called for a strike. Probably go away, but look for him to come back in there to try to finish you off.
And the right-hander's 3-1. That's out to center field. Pulls it down and he makes the catch. And that's the third out.
This stuff takes time. This stuff takes time. Stay on that grind.
All right, we go to the top half of inning number 6. Now the third baseman, Paul Molitor. Molitor, in his 11th season, a career batting average over 300, and he was a third-round pick in 2023. That's in there. No balls, 2 strikes.
Well, this guy's so comfortable hitting with 2 strikes. Even a good pitch early in the at-bat. If he's not ready to pull the trigger, he's not worried if he gets to an 0-2 count.
Swing and a miss, struck him out. Slider got him for strike 3. Adam Simba taking over on the mound.
And he's had 3 days off since he pitched last, so expect him to be totally rested. I'm sure he's itching for this opportunity right now.
Now the number 2 hitter, Nico Horner. First offering misses the mark. And that one a little bit high.
2-0.
Now 3-0. So definitely a little wild right out of the gate.
Well, it can be a little tough coming from the bullpen mound to this mound, but you've got to find a way to get ahead in the count quickly. He hasn't. We'll see how this at bat turns out.
In for a strike. Now 3-1. And there's ball 4.
Well, that's a really good take right there, and that's just mentally prepared, knowing that if it's not on a tee, you're going to take that pitch because you still have one more strike to work with. Not easy to lay off, but he did an excellent job in that plate appearance.
One of the amazing things about Hank Aaron is the consistency he had over the course of his career. Simber is ready. That's a little bit low.
In terms of that consistency, making an all-star game in 21 straight seasons is a pretty good indicator of what a steady player Hank was.
Over to first, and he saved.
There were no bad seasons for Hammer and Hank. There were hardly even any bad days.
Swing and a miss, and the count 1-2. The pitch. Fights that one away. Still 1-2. And a ball evens the count.
Well, this is a guy that can be frustrating for pitchers because he fouls off so many pitches and grinds out the at-bat. I'm sure there's some times where a pitcher would rather just give up a first pitch single than have to waste 6 or 7 pitches on one hitter.
This one kicks away a little as he can't squeeze it. Runner holds, and it's a full count. And here it comes. Fouled off again, and it remains 3-2. Good battle here, about to be the 8th pitch of the at-bat. Ouch, that one drilled him. On to O'Neill. Barely got him for the out, close play. The comebacker got him down low, and you can really see him favoring the leg. That's his plant leg, which might be a concern, Chris.
Yeah, you hope he's got some feeling in that leg so he can land on it, like you said. But from the way he's acting out there, I think it looks like he's going to be okay and try to continue, Boo.
Edgar Martinez getting ready to hit. Outfield playing very deep, not wanting anything over their heads. First pitch, and that's in for a strike.
Some guys are just more confident if they can track that first pitch out of the hand of the pitcher. They don't care if they fall behind 0-1.
Runner leads away at second. To the right side, O'Neill. The flip to the pitcher covering, and Martinez is out. That's out number 3. So it's no runs, no base hits, no errors, and 1 left. To the bottom of the 6th inning. The O's out front here, 2-0. Back here at the ballpark, bottom of the 6th inning, and stepping in is the speedy Ken Griffey Sr. Page back to work. That one missed.
Ball 1, no strike.
And a good eye there.
Inside, ball 2.
Into center and a base hit.
Showed some really nice patience in that at bat. Worked himself into a good count. You'll often hear the phrase short to it, long through it, and that's a great example of it right there. Got the barrel in the hitting zone early, squared it up with the well-timed swing, and came away with a beautiful line drive into center field. And now a chance to maybe get creative on offense with good speed on first.
And now Buck O'Neill in for a strike, 0-1.
Now these guys definitely looking for a big swing of the bat right here. Try to close that gap, but you know, at the very least, if you could find a way to manufacture that run from first, it feels like it's really important to getting back into this ballgame.
Pickoff attempt by Satchel. Griffey back on a dive. The 0-1.
This is one of those situations the infielders have to pre-plan and understand that the ball's got to be hit extremely hard right at them if they're going to have a chance to go for a double play.
The 1-1. And a foul ball.
With 2 strikes, may see some movement over there at first base, trying to stay out of a double play here.
And now it's 1-2. Stays alive. One, 2 now. And a swing and a miss. One away, bottom of the 6th.
Well, Boog, it becomes pretty difficult as a teammate when a guy's struggling like this. You don't know if you want to go up and tell him to keep swinging it, or if you want to give him his space, what exactly he needs. But right now, it's clearly a struggle for him, and you're just hoping that somehow, some way it'll click, and he can get out of this as quickly as possible.
And here is Chipper Jones. That misses, and that is ball 1. Righty to the plate. Runner takes off. And a foul ball. That one misses, and it's 2-1.
Talk about the right guy at the right spot. They really need a rally, and this guy is someone you can believe in to find a way to get on base.
Swing and a ball hit out towards left center field. Damon drifts towards it. He's got it, and there's 2 away.
Now center fielder.
And next will be the cleanup hitter, Andrew McCutcheon.
If you don't get ahead in the count, you can forget about having any success against him.
And that is in for a strike. And it's 0-1.
Well, this looks like it's going to be a wasted opportunity. It's frustrating when you get the leadoff man on, but you can't get him into scoring position. They're going to need a big knock. Try to put something up on the board.
The 0-1 is outside, and it's a ball and a strike. And a pitch out, but nothing going on. Runner on the go. Swing and a miss. And that's a stolen base, not even close.
Well, it really doesn't matter what the situation is. When a guy like this gets on first, you know he's going to steal second at some point during the at-bat. Nice job to get into scoring position. The defense probably knew it was coming, but they just couldn't do anything to stop it.
2-2 now. Got him swinging for the K. Chase the fastball up the ladder for strike 3. 1 hit, 1 left. 7th inning coming up. The Orioles on top 2-0. Welcome back. We're in the 7th. We have a new pitcher on the mound, John King.
And they felt it was time to bring on a left-handed reliever from the pen with the lefty hitter coming up. I think it's a good move. I know I never liked when opposing teams did that to me.
Here's the center fielder, Johnny Damon.
You know, this is kind of a tough matchup as a left-handed hitter facing a left-handed pitcher. What you tell yourself is I want to stay square to the plate, try to hit the ball over the shortstop's head.
And takes low for ball 1. Here comes a pitch.
Well, that's really the money spot, down and away. If you can locate that consistently, it's going to be real tough for guys to square that up. That's what you love to see relievers do coming out of that bullpen.
And a strike in there. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Couldn't catch up to the heater. So the bullpen doing a nice job backing up the effort from their starter.
Yeah, we've seen some pretty excellent pitching out of this staff so far. I mean, they've come in ready to do their job and get outs. They've been pretty tough to get to in this one.
Swing and a base hit. Around first and hustling for second. And that's a double.
Went up there looking to be aggressive and got something he could handle. First pitch fastball in a great spot to do some damage, and he squared it up nicely.